Losing a lifelong partner is one of the hardest experiences anyone can go through. When you have spent decades sharing laughter, memories, and even the simple moments of everyday life with someone, their absence leaves an emptiness that is hard to describe. If you are feeling overwhelmed, lost, or even numb, please know, these feelings are completely normal. Grief is a journey, and like any journey, it takes time. Understanding the stages of grief. You may have heard of the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But grief is not a straight path. Some days you may feel stronger, while other days, even a small reminder can bring a wave of sadness. That's okay. There is no right or wrong way to grieve. Denial. At first, it may be hard to believe that your loved one is really gone. You might find yourself expecting them to walk through the door or call your name. Anger. You may feel frustration, anger, or even resentment toward the world, toward the situation, or even toward your loved one for leaving you. Bargaining. Thoughts of what if or if only might fill your mind. It's natural to wonder if things could have been different. Depression. Feelings of deep sadness, loneliness, or even hopelessness can set in as the reality of loss sinks in. Acceptance. Over time, you start to find ways to move forward while still carrying the love and memories with you. Not everyone experiences these stages in the same order, and some may come and go unexpectedly. The important thing is to allow yourself to feel what you need to feel without guilt or pressure. Dealing with overwhelming emotions. Grief can feel like an emotional storm. Some days the waves are small, and other days they feel like they might sweep you away. Here are some ways to navigate through it. 1. Talk about your feelings. Whether with a trusted friend, a grief support group, or even a journal, expressing your emotions can help lighten the burden. 2. Let yourself cry. Tears are not a sign of weakness. They are a natural way your body processes loss. 3. Take things one day at a time. You don't have to get over it in a set period of time. Healing is a process. 4. Honor their memory. Find ways to celebrate your loved one's life, such as looking through old photos, sharing stories, or even planting a tree in their honor. You are not alone. It's easy to feel isolated in grief, especially if those around you don't fully understand what you're going through. But remember, there are people who care about you. Friends, family members, and support groups can offer comfort and companionship. Even if it feels hard to reach out, taking that first step can make all the difference. With time, patience, and support, the weight of grief will become easier to carry. Your loved one will always be a part of you, and though life will never be exactly the same, it can still be meaningful, beautiful, and filled with new joys. Closing thought. Grief never ends, but it changes. It's a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness, nor a lack of faith. It is the price of love. If you are on this journey of healing, take comfort in knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward peace. Avoiding the trap of living in the past. While it's important to stay connected to your memories, it's also important to avoid getting stuck in the past. Here are some signs that grief may be preventing you from moving forward. You find yourself avoiding social situations or new experiences because it feels wrong to have fun without them. You keep holding on to their possessions, even things that no longer have a functional purpose. Keeping the connection without getting stuck in the past. Losing someone you love deeply is not just about missing their presence, it's about adjusting to life without them while finding ways to keep their memory alive. After the initial shock and sadness, many people find themselves at a crossroads. How do you keep your loved one's memory close to your heart without feeling stuck in the past? How do you honor them while continuing to live your own life? The truth is, holding on to memories is not the same as living in the past. It's possible to cherish the love you shared without letting grief prevent you from moving forward. Finding that balance is key to healing. Why we hold on to the past. After losing a partner, it's natural to cling to the familiar. Their belongings, their scent on the pillow, the sound of their favorite song, all of these can feel like lifelines, small ways to keep them close. This instinct to hold on is a form of self-protection. Letting go can feel like losing them all over again, and that's terrifying. But grief can trick us into believing that moving forward is the same as forgetting, and that's simply not true. You don't have to let go of the love you shared. Your memories, your connection, and the life you built together will always be a part of you. Moving forward doesn't mean leaving them behind. It means carrying them with you in a healthier way. Healthy ways to keep the connection alive. Instead of clinging to the past out of fear of forgetting, you can create intentional and meaningful ways to keep their memory alive. Here are some ways to honor their legacy while still allowing yourself to heal. 1. Create a memory ritual set, a side time each week or month to reflect on your loved one's life. Light a candle, listen to their favorite music, or visit a place that was meaningful to both of you. These small rituals can help you feel connected without feeling overwhelmed by sadness. 2. Share their story. Talking about your loved one keeps their memory alive. Share stories with friends and family, or consider writing down your favorite memories in a journal. Sometimes, speaking their name and remembering the happy times helps shift the focus from loss to gratitude. 3. Give back in their honor. Find a cause or activity that reflects their values. Did they love animals? Volunteer at a shelter? Were they passionate about helping others? Donate to a charity in their name. Doing something positive in their memory allows you to channel your grief into something meaningful. 4. Create a tribute space. Dedicate a small area in your home to their memory. A framed photo, a candle, or a small memento can serve as a comforting reminder of the love you shared. This creates a physical space where you can feel close to them. 5. Talk to them. It might feel strange at first, but speaking to your loved one, even if only in your mind, can be a source of comfort. Many people find peace in checking in with their partner, asking for guidance, or simply saying how much they are missed. You feel guilty when you start to experience happiness or connection with others. You avoid making plans for the future because it feels disloyal to move on. If any of these sound familiar, it's a sign that you may need to gently release some of the emotional weight you're carrying. That doesn't mean forgetting, it means giving yourself permission to live. Finding permission to move forward. One of the hardest parts of healing is giving yourself permission to experience joy again. Many people feel a sense of guilt when they start to feel happiness after a loss, as if finding joy somehow dishonors the person they lost. But happiness and healing are not betrayals. Your loved one would want you to live a full and meaningful life. It's okay to laugh again. It's okay to find love again. It's okay to build new memories while still cherishing the old ones. Grief doesn't mean you stop living. It means you carry your love forward into a new chapter of life. The love you shared is part of you. It doesn't disappear just because you find new happiness. Your heart is big enough to hold both grief and joy. Closing thought. Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. Unseen, unheard, but always near, still loved, still missed, and forever dear. Healing is not about letting go, it's about finding a way to carry the love with you as you step into a new chapter. Your loved one would want you to find peace, to laugh again, and to live fully. You are not letting go. You are learning to carry their memory in a way that allows you to grow. Overcoming loneliness. After loss. Losing a lifelong partner doesn't just leave an emotional void, it can leave you feeling profoundly lonely. After decades of companionship, facing life alone can be daunting. Even if you have supportive family and friends, that deep connection with your partner is irreplaceable. Loneliness is more than just being alone. It's the feeling that no one else truly understands the depth of your loss. If you're struggling with loneliness, you're not alone. Many people in your position have faced the same challenge, and there are ways to rebuild a sense of connection and purpose. Let's explore how you can start to ease that loneliness and open yourself up to new connections. Let's talk about loneliness. Before we dive into solutions, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're surrounded by people, but still feel completely alone? Do you find yourself hesitating to reach out to others because you feel like you might be a burden? Or maybe you've tried connecting with people, but it just doesn't feel the same without your partner. If you answered yes to any of these, know that you are not alone. This is a shared experience among many who have lost a partner. And it's not your fault. Loneliness after loss is a natural part of the grieving process. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in this place. You can feel connected and valued again. Let's talk about how. Step 1. Redefine what connection means. After losing someone so central to your life, it's normal to feel like no other relationship can measure up. And that's true. Nothing will replace the love you shared with your partner. But that doesn't mean you can't experience meaningful connections in a different way. Connection doesn't have to mean finding another romantic partner. It can mean finding companionship in friends, family, or even new communities. Start small. Reconnect with old friends. Reach out to people you haven't spoken to in a while. You might be surprised at how much they want to hear from you. Join a club or group. Whether it's a book club, a gardening group, or a local senior center, shared activities are a great way to meet people and build bonds naturally. Find a volunteer opportunity. Helping others gives you a sense of purpose and connection. Plus, you'll likely meet like-minded people who share your values. Let me know in the comments. Have you found it difficult to reconnect with old friends or meet new people? What's been holding you back? Step 2. Let go of the guilt. Many people feel guilty about forming new connections or even enjoying life after loss. It's almost like you're betraying your partner's memory by moving forward. But that's not true. Think about it this way. If the situation were reversed, wouldn't you want your partner to find happiness and connection again? They wouldn't want you to spend the rest of your life feeling lonely and isolated. It's okay to smile again. It's okay to laugh again. It's okay to feel connected to others without losing the connection to your partner. You can hold on to their memory while still opening your heart to new relationships. How does that idea sit with you? Do you feel like guilt has been holding you back from connecting with others? Step 3. Start building a new social circle. It can feel intimidating to put yourself out there, especially after years of feeling secure in your relationship. But building new connections doesn't have to be complicated. Here are a few practical ways to start. Try something new. Take a class. Cooking, art, dance. Learning something new is a great way to meet people. Use technology. Apps like Zoom, Meetup, and Facebook have groups for people with shared interests. Virtual connections count too. Get involved in your community. Local events, senior centers, and religious groups often host gatherings. Taking that first step might feel scary, but you'll be surprised how many people are looking for connection too. Challenge. Try one new activity this week that puts you in a social setting. It could be as simple as striking up a conversation with a neighbor or attending a local event. Let me know how it goes. Step 4. Find comfort in routine. Loneliness often feels worst when you have too much unstructured time. Filling your days with meaningful activities can help ease the emptiness. Start your morning with a short walk or quiet meditation. Make a phone call or video call part of your daily routine. Establish a weekly lunch or coffee date with a friend or family member. Spend time on a hobby or project. It gives your mind something positive to focus on. Feeling connected starts with creating habits that give you a sense of stability and purpose. Step 5. Let connection come naturally. You don't have to force yourself to be social all the time. Sometimes the best connections happen when you're simply open to them. Smile at people you pass on the street. Make eye contact and say hello to a neighbor. Accept invitations, even if you're not sure you'll enjoy yourself. Just showing up is the first step. Connection doesn't have to happen all at once. Start small, build gradually, give yourself grace. What's one small step you can take this week toward building a connection? Drop a comment, and let's encourage each other. Closing thought. Loneliness and the feeling of being unwanted is the most terrible poverty. Mother Teresa. You are not alone. Even though the person you loved is no longer physically present, you are still surrounded by love. The world still has room for you. There are people out there who want to know you, listen to you, and share life with you. You have already survived one of the hardest experiences life can give you. Now it's time to take a step toward connection. Even the smallest step counts, and you don't have to do it alone. Building a new life. It's okay to move forward. Losing a life partner changes everything. The routines you shared, the decisions you made together, and even the small everyday habits, all of it shifts when they're gone. In the early days of grief, simply getting through the day can feel overwhelming. But over time, you might start to feel the pull toward creating a new life, a life that reflects who you are now. And here's the hard part. Moving forward can feel like a betrayal. You might wonder, if I'm happy again, does that mean I've forgotten them? Let me tell you this, finding happiness again is not a betrayal. It's a way of honoring the love you shared by continuing to live fully. In this video, we'll talk about how to give yourself permission to build a new life while still honoring the memory of your partner. Let's take this step together. Let's start with a question. Have you ever caught yourself feeling guilty for having a good day or laughing with friends? Do you hesitate to make plans for the future because it feels wrong to enjoy life without your partner? Or maybe you've considered trying something new, but then stopped because it felt like you were moving on too quickly? If you answered yes to any of these, you're not alone. It's completely natural to feel conflicted about moving forward. But finding joy again doesn't mean you are forgetting the person you lost. It means you are carrying them with you as you create a new chapter. Step 1. Redefine moving on. The phrase moving on suggests leaving something behind, but that's not what healing looks like. Healing is about integration, not separation. You aren't leaving your loved one in the past, you're carrying their love with you as you build something new. Think about the lessons they taught you. Think about the values they held. Think about the moments of joy and love you shared. All of that remains with you. Moving forward means allowing those memories to guide you as you create new experiences. Tell me in the comments, what's one lesson your partner taught you that you carry with you every day? Let's share and learn from each other. Step 2. Give yourself permission to feel joy after loss. Joy can feel complicated. You might smile and then immediately feel a wave of guilt. You might start to enjoy something new and then feel like you're doing something wrong. But here's the truth. Your partner would want you to be happy. Imagine the situation was reversed. Wouldn't you want them to find joy and love again if you were the one who had gone first? Of course you would. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to feel excited about something new. It's okay to plan for the future. Feeling happy doesn't mean you love them any less. It means their love has given you the strength to keep living. How does this idea sit with you? Are you finding it hard to give yourself permission to feel happy? Step 3. Start exploring new interests. One of the most difficult parts of rebuilding your life is figuring out who you are without your partner. After years of sharing decisions, routines, and dreams, it can feel strange to make choices for yourself. But this is also an opportunity for discovery. Try something you've always been curious about: a dance class, painting, cooking, whatever sparks your interest. Travel. Even a short trip to a nearby town can give you a sense of adventure and possibility. Reconnect with old hobbies. Did you love music, reading, or gardening before life got busy? Now is the time to rediscover those passions. Meet new people. Join a social club or online community. Friendships formed at this stage of life can be incredibly meaningful. Challenge. Try one new activity this week, something just for you. Drop a comment and let me know how it goes. Step 4. Let go of the shoulds. Many people feel pressure, either from themselves or from others, about how they should grieve or rebuild their life. You should start dating again. You should get rid of their things. You should be over it by now. But healing is not about following someone else's timeline. It's about listening to your own heart and moving at your own pace. If you feel ready to start dating again, wonderful. If you never want to date again, that's okay too. If you want to keep their favorite chair in the living room forever, that's perfectly fine. You get to decide what your healing process looks like. What's one expectation you've been struggling with? Let's talk about it in the comments. Step 5. Create new traditions. Creating a new life doesn't mean erasing the old one. It means blending the past and present in a way that feels meaningful. Start a new holiday tradition while still honoring the old ones. Cook their favorite meal once a month as a tribute to them. Create a new morning routine that reflects your current life while keeping something familiar. Your new life doesn't have to look completely different. You can build something beautiful on the foundation of what you've already lived. Closing thought. Don't be afraid to start over. It's a chance to build something better this time. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience. The love you shared with your partner shaped who you are. Now it's time to let that love give you strength to create a new chapter. You're not leaving them behind. You're bringing them with you into a life that honors their memory and allows you to grow. It's not just okay to move forward. It's a way of keeping their love alive. Taking care of your mental health after loss. Losing a life partner doesn't just affect your heart, it affects your mind and your overall well-being. The emotional pain of loss can leave you feeling mentally exhausted, overwhelmed, and even lost. It's easy to focus so much on the loss itself that you forget to take care of yourself. But here's the truth. Taking care of your mental health isn't selfish, it's necessary. Healing isn't just about time passing, it's about intentionally caring for your mind, body, and spirit as you adjust to life without your partner. In this video, we'll explore how to care for your mental health after loss, manage feelings of sadness and anxiety, and create a balanced, fulfilling life moving forward. Let me ask you something. Do you find yourself feeling emotionally drained, even when you haven't done much? Are you struggling with sleepless nights, racing thoughts, or moments of overwhelming sadness? Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a mental fog, unable to focus or find motivation? If you said yes to any of these, you're not alone. Grief isn't just an emotional experience, it's a physical and mental one too. The mind and body are connected, and when you experience deep loss, it affects every part of you. Let's talk about how you can start to feel mentally and emotionally stronger. Step 1. Recognize that healing is not linear. Grief doesn't follow a straight line. Some days you'll feel okay, even hopeful, and then out of nowhere, a song, a smell, or a memory can pull you right back into sadness. That's normal. Healing isn't about never feeling sad again. It's about learning to handle those moments without letting them define you. On good days, let yourself feel joy without guilt. On hard days, be gentle with yourself. Rest if you need to, cry if you need to, talk to someone if it helps. Progress isn't measured by how long it's been, it's measured by how well you're learning to live with the loss. How have you been handling the ups and downs of grief? Let's share some thoughts in the comments. Step 2. Develop healthy coping strategies. Grief can make you feel like you're spiraling, especially if you don't have a plan for handling difficult moments. That's why it's important to develop healthy coping strategies. Breathing exercises. When you feel overwhelmed, try deep breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. Repeat until you feel calmer. Mindfulness and meditation. Spending just 5 to 10 minutes a day focusing on the present moment can help reduce stress and improve your mental clarity. Exercise. You don't have to hit the gym. Walking, yoga, or dancing in your living room can release endorphins and boost your mood. Creative outlets. Painting, journaling, music, or gardening are powerful ways to express emotions that are hard to put into words. Challenge. Try one of these coping strategies this week and let me know how it goes in the comments. Step 3. Connect with others, even when it's hard. Loneliness is one of the hardest parts of losing a partner. Even when you're surrounded by friends and family, it's easy to feel like no one really understands what you're going through. But connection is one of the most powerful tools for healing. Join a support group. Speaking with others who have experienced similar loss can make you feel less alone. Reach out to old friends. Don't assume people are too busy. They may be waiting for you to reach out. Spend time with family. Let them know how you're feeling. Don't be afraid to ask for company or support. What's one small step you could take this week to reconnect with someone? Let's encourage each other in the comments. Step 4. Watch for signs of depression and anxiety. Grief is not the same as depression. Feeling sad after loss is normal, but if sadness turns into hopelessness or starts interfering with your ability to function, it may be time to seek help. Signs of depression include loss of interest in things you used to enjoy, constant fatigue or trouble sleeping, feeling worthless or hopeless, difficulty concentrating or making decisions, thoughts of self-harm or not wanting to go on. Signs of anxiety include feeling constantly on edge or restless, racing thoughts or uncontrollable worry, physical symptoms like sweating, dizziness, or a racing heart, avoiding situations that make you feel anxious. If you notice these signs lasting for more than a few weeks, reach out to a mental health professional. There is absolutely no shame in seeking help. Have you ever struggled to reach out for help? What's held you back? Let's talk about it. Step 5. Create a new sense of purpose. One of the hardest parts of life after loss is figuring out, what now? Your life was built around your partner, and now that they're gone, it's hard to know what comes next. But here's the truth. You still have a life to live, and you still have value to offer the world. Try volunteering. Helping others can give you a sense of meaning and connection. Explore new interests. Is there something you've always wanted to try but never had the chance? Now is the time. Set small goals. Having something to look forward to, a new project, a trip, or even a weekly routine, gives you a reason to get up in the morning. You are not starting over, you are starting a new chapter. It's okay to feel uncertain, but taking small steps towards something meaningful will help you rebuild your sense of purpose. Closing thought. Healing doesn't mean the damage never existed. It means the damage no longer controls your life. Taking care of your mental health is a gift not just to yourself, but to the people who love you. Your partner would want you to feel at peace, to find joy, and to live a full life. You've made it through the hardest part. Now it's time to give yourself the care and attention you deserve. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope this video has brought you comfort and encouragement. If you found it helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with someone who might need it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos on healing, mental health, and finding peace after loss. And let me know in the comments, what's one thing you're doing this week to care for your mental health? You're not alone on this journey. We're in this together.